Today I'm going to be talking about the one thing that you need for fantastic life, with like a foundational value for your life. Without this, I would have, bro, I would have still been depressed. I would have still been in bed, doing what I was doing in bed, and heaven knows, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm not going to tell you what I was doing in that bed. Anyway, this one thing is called responsibility, but not just any responsibility. Self responsibility. Listen, when you don't take responsibility for yourself, nothing will change. You stay a little boy. Only babies don't take responsibility for themselves. Right. And I remember the day I started taking a little bit of responsibility for myself, I felt free. I felt happy again. When you take responsibility for a circumstance, like your circumstance, you don't need to take responsibility for anyone else's, really, except your own. Life changes. You change. You don't stay the little boy you used to be. Okay. You become a self sufficient human being, someone who can actually live. And that's it. For me, it was all mental. I had these thought spirals, and you think one thought, and then it attracts another one, and it's like a whole tornado of thoughts, a hurricane of thoughts, right? Bad thoughts. But instead of allowing that to happen, I'd be like, shut up. No, I don't need to think that. Stop. I'm just gonna go. I would literally, when those thoughts would come to me, usually like when you're sitting still or whatever, I would walk away. Which, it's not the best, but at that low point in my life, that was some crazy good advice. It was some crazy good thing that I'd gotten myself to do. One of the most nihilistic periods of my life. And I told myself, stop. Don't have to think about this anymore. At the end of the day, it all spirals back to you. I remember in that nihilistic period of my life, I was, nihilistic. Nothing mattered to me. But I always left the door open. I was never going to close it. I was never going to say, okay, nothing matters. Because then that would be kind of, I don't think that'd be right. It's not a full picture, I thought. Like, especially, I was questioning religion, I was questioning everything. Why would I close the door on this one thing? Okay, and I kept myself open to it in bed when I would cry at night. I'd lay awake and I'd think about this stuff again and again, like circling the same conclusion, the same outcome, really, but it always felt unfinished until I stumbled upon this new realization. Is that if nothing matters, why am I here? Why am I still in bed? What's going on, right? And it's through that questioning that I realized, hey, nothing matters. That's not entirely true. Nothing matters in the grand scheme of things, but to you, maybe some things do matter. And then I was like, okay, how do I figure that out? Because sure, if things matter to me, okay, I'll just play that part. Why not? Like there's really no point to be in bed or to be out of bed. There's no point to, you know, of myself or not. Like it doesn't matter. Just sit here and exist. Okay, well, what do I do with that existence? How can I find what matters to me? And it took a shameful event, an event where I had zombie brain from watching my cell phone and being that rotted guy, that little child that rots himself. After I shamed myself in public in front of the entire school, um, things started to change. You know, sensations come about whether you label them or not, whether you feel them or not. So things started to change. And I realized, hey, what matters to you is guided by your emotions, like a compass almost for your life. But I was also kind of skeptical because emotions, really, those are very short term. Those things don't last. And yet, that's my compass. That's what tells me what matters in life. That's where I have fun. That's where, I start doing things that I enjoy. And that's how I know what to do and what not to do, really. The answer was kind of a yes, but it's a disappointing answer because emotions aren't everything. They can't be. When you're emotional, it doesn't last. It's not real. But I had to accept that, hey, it's all you got. You got those emotions. What else you gotta use, bro? That's it. That's what you've been gifted. Emotional compass. So I decided what matters based on my emotions, um, which in turn led me to, when I had those thought patterns, say, "Shut up! I'm not doing that. You're wrong. Things are better. They're not like that," and walking away, just like killing it in its spot. I would just stop thinking. I'd be like, "No, I don't care." Like whenever it came up, I'd say, "I don't care. I don't care," and I walk away. I'd like physically walk away. You have no idea. Taking physical action for like thoughts that you have, honestly, has a profound impact on the thoughts that you have. When I had a childhood imaginary friend in my brain, I would there was a day I wanted to kick him out of my head, and I did by walking towards the gate of our house and saying, "Out, get out." And in my brain, this little guy was literally walking out of my brain, and I've never got him back. He's literally gone. It's like I hypnotized him out, by taking actions, pretending like he could walk out that gate. Like, and before that, he would still come back every now and then. Now it's gone. So yeah, the most foundational value you can have is responsibility for yourself and your own actions and your own circumstances. Um, and the way you take responsibility, that's up to you. But that value itself, that's what shapes you. Okay, that's what allows you to live and be yourself and be a person worth being, having an existence worth existing in. So take responsibility for yourself, buddy. That's all you got to do. Anyway, I'll see you later. Okay? I'll see you later. Um, Taking responsibility for yourself, it really doesn't have to be anything big. For me, I literally started by just not accepting an ideology and every night going back to it. It starts with decisions, small decisions that add up over time. Maybe something happens one day and that just puts you out of whack again and makes you rethink your whole life circumstance. That'll push you forward as well if you take responsibility. There you go. Now I'm done. Bye.